confident Jacob Zuma seemed convinced that he could extend his dynasty in South Africa by backing his former wife, Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, as his successor. But ANC delegates had other plans.
And Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa received 2440 votes.
The narrow defeat caught him off guard, forcing him to finally relinquish control of Africa's oldest liberation movement. His 10 years as party leader had come at a cost. When he took over, the ANC enjoyed a nearly two-thirds majority. In the last election, it lost control of the capital, Pretoria, and the country's economic heart, Johannesburg. Some of these ANC leaders are national heroes, pioneers in the struggle against white minority rule, and some are Nobel laureates. But under Jacob Zuma, the party's legacy of moral leadership has faltered.
A lot has gone wrong with the ANC. The ANC is a very good organization. I mean, many of us supported the ANC over the years. I mean, many of us said we would die for the ANC. But I think a lot of wrong has occurred within the organization.
It wasn't a good 10 years for us, but I hope that the next 10 years will be much better.
He is a pathetic excuse for a president. I mean, how can we be led by somebody like that? I mean, the blind leading the blind. But he's not blind, he can see the money.
Zuma used his time in office to enrich himself and his family. Along with building his palatial Nkandla compound, his 22 children flourished. His son, Dutizane Zuma, rose from intern to wealthy businessman thanks to Zuma's allies, the India-born Guptas. His nephew, Kulubuse, has become a mining magnate. His daughter, Gugulethu Zuma Ncube, is a soap opera producer with the state broadcaster, while his other daughter, Olile, became the youngest chief of staff in government. And these are just the ones the public knows about. In the last year, investigative journalists have uncovered a web of cronyism and corruption that goes beyond the family.
Our very, very first story as Amabungane was a series called Zuma Inc. And we looked at the Zuma family and how its business fortunes had grown since Zuma took the office of president. And in that first story already there was, one of the names that came up was the Guptas.
A series of leaks have shown how Zuma's allies, the Guptas, benefited from lucrative contracts with state-owned enterprises and became the middlemen between South Africa and multinationals like KPMG, SAP, and McKinsey Consulting. This brazen corruption has been dubbed state capture in South Africa.
I think where Zuma has also lost it is that in terms of trying to build a dynasty, which probably has been broken up slightly, somewhat, by the incoming Ramaphosa administration, is that he has been heavy-handed in his approach.
With Zuma gone, the ANC is convinced that it can regain the public's trust ahead of the next election. In the meantime, Zuma remains leader of the country, giving him a little more time to forge his future. Lindsay Schutel, TRT World, Johannesburg.